Anyway mga kabarya, sa video nating ito pag-uusapan natin ang mga PSE stock balitang ating nakalap ngayong November 22, 2021. Saka dito pala guys sa ating Kabarya Avenue PH YouTube channel, sinishare natin yung ating experience at dinodocument yung ating pag-aaral sa mga nakita nating pangmasang Pinoy investment at potential digital assets in investment na pwede tayong kumita kagaya ng stock market, Pag-ibig MP2 Savings and Investment Program, GCash Investment, cryptocurrencies and altcoins gaya ng Bitcoin, Cardano, Dogecoin, Binance, Litecoin, Chainlink and Ethereum at iba pang pangmasang Pinoy investment. Kaya guys, kung trip at korsonada mo ng ganitong mga content, pwede mo ring pindutin yung red subscribe button dyan sa baba para ma-update ka pa ng ating mga latest na ina-upload na video tungkol sa ating pag-aaral ng mga pangmasang Pinoy investment at potential digital assets in investment naman. Alright, bago natin umpisahan guys, huwag nyo palang kalimutang basahin yung disclaimer na nasa screen ng ating video. Okay guys, ladies and gentlemen, sa bidyong ito tatalakayin natin ang mga PSE stock balitang ating nakalap ngayong November 22, 2021. Kaya kung ready na kayo, let's jump in! Alright, unahin natin ang stock balita update para kay Medilines at may stock code na MEDIC tungkol ito sa IPO announcement. Ongoing o nagsimula na ang offering ng IPO o yung tinatawag na initial public offering ni Medilines Distributors Incorporated. Ang price per share ng IPO ni MEDIC ay nasa 2 pesos and 30 centavos. Ang offering period para sa Option 1 LSI Local Small Investors through PSE SA dated November 22 up to November 26, 2021. Hanggang Friday po itong Option 1. Ang ating Option 2, Call Financial Online Subscription. Dated naman ito ng November 17 up to November 25, 2021. Hanggang Thursday naman itong Option 2 natin. Okay, ang listing date ni MEDIC ay December 7, 2021. Inuulit po natin, ang IPO ni MEDIC ay nagsimula na po. Para sa mga may korsonada kay MEDIC, nagsimula na ang initial public offering nito. Okay? Sunod nating stock balita from Philstar Global dated November 18, 2021. Artalan preferred shares with 6% dividend rate go on sale today. Basahin natin. Artalan Alco is selling up to 6 million preferred shares at 500 pesos per share to raise 3 billion pesos to fund the redemption of its Series B preferred shares. The Series D shares carry a 6% annual dividend rate paid quarterly and are cumulative, non-voting, non-participating, non-convertible, and redeemable with a step-up scheduled for the 5th anniversary of the stock listing. Alco's new Series D shares will be traded under the ticker symbol ALCPD. The offering period starts today and runs until November 24 with an IPO listing date on December 3. Ang offering naman ni Artalan o Alco ay preferred shares offering. Alco is offering new Series D preferred shares at ang magiging stock symbol nito ay ALCPD. Offering is until November 24, 2021. Hanggang Thursday po ito. ALCPD IPO listing date is on December 3, 2021. Okay, ito yung data ng preferred shares offering announcement ni Artalan Corporation or ALCPD preferred shares offering. Price per share, 500 pesos per share. Minimum subscription, 100 shares. Kaya ang total minimum is 500 times 100 shares is equivalent to 50,000 pesos ang minimum. Annual dividend rate 6% per annum. Ang listing date nito, December 3, 2021. Ang ating Call Financial online subscription. Ang offering period is November 17, 2021 up to November 23, 2021. Hanggang bukas po ito, Tuesday, sa offering kay Call Financial online subscription para kay LCPD preferred shares. Okay? Okay, sunod nating stock balita para kay Dito CME Holdings Corporation. Approval by the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, of the incorporation of Luna Technologies Incorporated. On 15th of November 2021, Dito CME Holdings Corporation, the company received approval from the SEC of incorporation of Luna Technologies Incorporated, a subsidiary of the company that will house its digital foray into a cloud-based educational training platforms. Dito CME holds 75% of the issued and outstanding capital stock of Luna Technologies Incorporated. Okay, punta naman tayo sa latest na stock balita update para kay Dito CME from Manila Bulletin, dated ito ng November 16, 2021. Dito CME bleeds 3 billion pesos after consolidating telco biz. Basahin natin at alamin ito. After consolidating the financial of Dito Telecommunity Corporation into its third quarter report, Dito CME Holdings Corporation bleed 2.8 billion pesos as operating expenses ballooned in the wake of its telco business nationwide rollout. Dito CME generated 327 million pesos revenues and gross 287 million pesos profits for the first 9 months of the year. However, the holding firm's operating expenses shot up 1.75 billion pesos as a result of consolidation of Ditotel, and Dito CME reported an operating loss of 1.45 billion pesos. Inclusive of other charges, 1.34 billion pesos, Dito CME netted 2.8 billion pesos losses. The increase in operating expenses was mainly due to expenses involving the rollout of Ditotel and comply with its licensing commitments. Malaki yung naging losses ni Dito CME, which is normally expected sa isang new startup company na kailangang mamuhunan muna. Okay? Tuloy natin. Ditotel is playing the long game, explained Dito CME President Eric Alberto. From day one, we did mention that building a telco from scratch will be capital extensive, but the milestone reached in just 9 months of operation is encouraging to say the least, he stressed. The National Telecommunications Commission, NTC, granted Ditotel Certificate of Public Convenience and Necessity, CPCN, July 2019. Then the telco went through a couple of technical audits in January and July 2021 and secured a 25 years franchise valid until year 2048. At ito yung isang nagdala sa strong fundamentals ni Dito CME, kasi bukod sa new player sa telco and internet system, Dito CME passed the technical audit at naaprubahan ng ating National Telecommunications Commission, NTC, ang 25 years franchise ni Dito CME, and that will last until year 2048. Kaya pang long game journey si Dito CME ayon kay President Eric Alberto, at maganda rin ito para sa ating mga long-term investors ni Dito CME. Right now, Dito CME is a challenger and competing to our existing all-star and gigantic player sa industry ng telecom and internet system. DitoTel started commercial operations in March this year and has since covered more than 340 cities and municipalities. The third telco built over 3,300 towers built and mobilized 4,000 more, which are scheduled to be online in the next 12 months. Since March, DitoTel has already gained 4 million subscribers. Right now, mayroon ng 3,300 cell towers operational si Dito CME, covering 340 cities and municipalities. At target pa nilang immobilize ang additional na 4,000 cell towers to be online after 12 months or after 1 year. Tuloy natin. Since March, DitoTel has already gained 4 million subscribers. Gaining more than 4 million subscribers in just over 9 months from commercial launch is an affirmation that there is a large segment of the market that would go for an alternative mobile service, Alberto pointed out. Good thing ito dahil nagkaroon na ng 4 million subscribers si Dito CME sa loob lamang ng 9 na buwan from the month that DitoTel started commercial operation, and that was March 2021. DCME is focused on utilizing all its resources to expand its rollout of its brand new network and robust IT platform to be able to serve customers better, he added. Dito CME is more than Dito Telecommunity, Dito CME Chief Operating Officer Donald Lim maintained. In the next few months, you shall hear more about our digital initiatives in online learning through Luna Academy Customer Data Analytics, through Unalytics and Marketing and Media Solutions through Acuity Global, he noted. These initiatives are now starting to bear fruit and will prove to have strong synergies with DitoTel. Okay, bago tayo matapos, alamin din muna natin ang stock news summary ng ating PSEI. From ABS-CBN News, dated ito ng November 20, 2021. PSE Index closes lower for third straight day, but analysts upbeat. Okay, i-play natin at panoorin ang PSE News Update video from ABS-CBN. Stock analysts remain upbeat about PSE Index even as it closes lower for a third straight day, Michelle Ong reports. Okay, i-play natin. 1, 2, 3.
Philippine stocks finished lower for the day and the week as foreign funds dumped local stocks, net foreign selling hitting 1.8 billion pesos. IGC Securities says these foreign funds continue to implement changes to the MSCI rebalancing ahead of its effectivity at the end of the month. It adds Converge registered the biggest foreign selling following an overnight placement of its shares at 30 pesos apiece. That's 7% lower than its previous price. Its second biggest shareholder unloaded some 12.5 billion pesos worth of shares. For now, it says all near-term significant news are out, from GDP to earnings to MSCI rebalancing and even a final lineup for next year's elections. Meanwhile, for the day, the PSE index fell 0.25% to 7280, and for the week, down 1.4%.
There's nothing to worry about. The current levels that we're at now is where we were 10 sessions ago. So it's not a meltdown by any means. I would be very disappointed if we didn't close the year at least near 7,500.
In corporate stories, Luciocos Liquor Pure Play listed 3 billion shares from its follow-on offer. From its IPO price of 150, it finished at 169. The Keepers President JP Santa Marina bullish about growth prospects.
The big four actually, Ginebra, Tanduay, Emperador, and San Miguel Beer. If you total the aggregate consumption or sales of those big four companies, it's around 400 million cases of alcoholic beverage sold every year coming from them. Okay? The imported segment is only less than 7 million cases. There's always a relationship between imported and locals. And we thought at 7 million, that's less than 2% of the total alcoholic beverage in the Philippines. There's a lot of room for growth.
Meanwhile, RCBC's Ramos says this follow-on offer will unlock value in the unit and give investors a lot of room for gains.
At 150, that's roughly about 13, maybe 13 and a half times price earnings. And if you compare that to similar companies in the region, they're trading at 27 times. Interesting with Keepers is if you look back in 2020, you realize that their revenues were down roughly about 20%. But their income in 2020 was only down roughly 3% because they actually managed their costs. And now their revenue for this year is actually back up. The first 9 months at least, it's 35% up. That's only roughly 5% lower than pre-pandemic levels.
In other news, kiosk operator Frutas Holdings terminates discussions to buy SureHealth multi-specialty and diagnostic clinic, saying it may become a distraction from its core food and beverage retail business. This was supposed to be the company's first foray into healthcare. Instead, it says it will focus its resources growing its network with a special focus on its recently acquired Balay Pandesal. Michelle Long, ABS-CBN News.
Alright, at yan ang ating mga nakalap na PSE Stock Balita Update ngayong November 22, 2021. Magkita ulit tayo sa ating kasunod na video. Once again, have a great Monday ahead. Always stay safe and God bless. Hanggang sa muli.